We love cricket. Joined now by Paul Dennett, Australian cricket writer. Paul, I bet you don't love cricket.
You love it.
Not anymore. I loved it until yesterday.
No, well, you know, I do apologise on behalf of England for beating you, but actually, no, I don't. No, I can't say I do.
I mean, seriously, what went wrong? Obviously, Australia beat us in the first game. What was so different about this?
Well, I think that England are back to their true form. They've been the best side for the last 4 years, and there was just enough in the wicket early on, and Australia just doesn't handle it when the ball moves about a tiny bit. And we were, 14 for 3, and the game was almost over right from the start. So, yeah, massive turnaround and rather depressing.
Yeah, I mean, it was obviously, we was asking earlier, do you think that England won it through the bowling or the batting? But I think when you take some of your early batsmen that early, it probably puts a dent in the whole team, doesn't it? It lowers the confidence throughout the team.
Sure does, and it was just very difficult because they were bowling so well. I mean, Steve Smith is either the best or the second best batsman in the world. His first 30 balls, he could barely lay willow on the ball. He fought through it, and he and Kerry played really well. But when Smith is struggling, then you know that it is difficult, and it's just all credit to the way that that Archer and Wokes bowled.
Peter Handscomb's, the selection was a bit of a strange one?
He was very unlucky to miss the squad initially, and then when the injuries occurred, he was kind of the natural replacement. It was actually very well handled from Australia in the terms of that they've got the Australia A side over there playing games. So he's got no excuses in terms of acclimatisation. He's been in England playing matches, but it's a bit of a step up in class when you're suddenly playing against that attack in a World Cup semi-final.
Yeah. Do you know what? We were talking... I'm interested to see what people say about this, because we were talking about spinners earlier, and we were saying that, whenever you talk about spinners, you only ever talk about Shane Warne and how amazing it was that he would bowl and put the ball about 10 foot wide and it would come back, and, it's like you don't very rarely see spinners take wickets anymore, actually take the stumps. Why is that why can't Australia, or for any nation really, produce a spinner like that anymore?
Well, I think that he was the exception, and that he had this amazing ability to spin the ball a mile and be accurate. And that leg spinners, it's such a crazy thing, a combination of wrist and fingers, that you usually get someone who can either spin it a long way but bowls inaccurately, or they are nice and tight and accurate but they just don't spin it enough. And so I just think Shane Warne is such a rare commodity that he's the exception, not the rule.
Yeah, it's mad that we've been talking about it, and I was sort of saying that some of the England bowlers, Rashid and stuff, they've not done too well in previous games, or fast bowlers, and then Rashid ends up taking a few wickets.
Well, yeah, I mean, the ball that he got Stoinis out with was a classic wrong, and that Australians don't tend to play leg spin all that well. They've got 2 Indians working with the squad full time, just bowling spin to them to try to get them better. They probably have improved a bit, but when you've got someone like Rashid and he can spin it both ways, it's very difficult when you're trying to score quickly against him. In a test match, you can probably sit on him and defend him and put away the bad balls. But when you have to keep on making the pace and you're not able to be certain which way it's spinning, and the seam on the white ball is harder to see, then all of a sudden they come into the game.
Yeah. Listen, Mitchell Starc, went for 70 runs in 9 overs. What happened there?
Well, I think that the conditions really favoured the sort of bowlers that hit the deck hard, and rather than what he does, which is get swing, it wasn't the ideal conditions for him. And also, I think that Roy and Best, they were very intelligent. They just spent the first couple of overs taking a look, and then cruised into top gear. And once it became inevitable seemed to become inevitable from a long way out that England were going to win, I think any bowler under those circumstances is going to struggle.
Yeah, okay. And looking ahead, I know this is going to be painful for you.
Yeah.
It couldn't be any worse, could it? England and New Zealand.
Which way do you swing there?
Are you a leg spinner?
If I pick either of them.
And, obviously you're right. New Zealand got to be your biggest rival, surely.
Oh, it's so hard. I think if you pick either of them as an Australian, you have to surrender your passport. But you're not allowed to say that you're supporting New Zealand or England. Or what I'll say, I'll give a diplomatic answer that I know it's going to be on terrestrial TV, and I know England has kind of forgotten that cricket exists and is maybe waking up to it again now. It'd be great if there could be a real classic to maybe inspire a few kids to take the game up.
Yeah,
Good answer. Good answer.
It is a very good answer. I mean, the only thing that we've obviously got the tennis final on Sunday. We've got Lewis Hamilton driving on Sunday in the Silverstone Grand Prix, and of course we've got Love Island going on over here. So it's going to be a real just prediction from yourself. Who do you actually think will win, Paul?
Oh, I think England deserve to be favourites, and they're my selection. I think if you could play the game 5 times, England would probably win it 4, New Zealand 1. So it wouldn't be the biggest upset of all time if New Zealand won it, but I'm going to pick England.
Okay, all right, we're going to run.
I'm glad you did.
Let's listen. Enjoy the rest of the World Cup if you can. If it gets a bit boring, switch over to Love Island on Sunday. There you go.
Will do.
Thanks for your time, Paul. Paul Dennett, there, Australian cricket
Cheers,
writer.
Paul. Thank you.